Well, Greg, we've just got out of the lockup. What was in the budget?
Tax cuts, they surprised the heck out of us with a tax cut that is really well targeted, actually. Tax cuts targeted for low-income earners rather than the high-income earners that we saw with the Stage 3 and even the changes of the
It's
Stage 3.
refreshing to be talking about tax cuts that weren't loaded to the top end.
Yep, but even still, it's around $268 for everyone even earning over $45,000, which, not much, but you're not going to turn it down. But really good for those on low incomes because it actually is quite a significant tax cut, or at least a better tax cut for them than the richer people. So really good on that score. People who would like to buy a house because there's been no change to the capital gains tax discount, no changes to negative gearing. That's all left on the shelf. So a little smidgen of spending for some housing stuff, but nothing that's going to
Nothing
really
that will make
anything.
any difference whatsoever. And also nothing for climate change. So housing, climate change, the two big issues, there's basically nothing for them.
Yeah, Jim Chalmers was able to go through his whole speech, even talked about Cyclone Alfred and didn't mention climate change once.
Talked about green steel without mentioning climate change.
One big winner though, gas companies.
Yeah.
They continue to do really well, Matt.
Yeah.
Beer drinkers, you're doing well because
But wait, didn't he pause the excise on beer tax?
He paused the excise on beer tax, so beer drinkers are doing well. But even still, Matt, what is the kicker?
Beer tax is way larger than the petroleum resource rent tax.
Yep. Even though he's paused and tried to sort of keep beer excise from going up, it's still more than the gas companies are paying for PRT. It's a complete joke. And it shows that there's still a lot more to be done on the tax revenue side. We need to get rid of those distortions in the housing market. There's nothing in this budget about all that massive amount, billions. We're talking 26, 27, 28 billion dollars going to the richest 10% for superannuation tax concessions. Nothing on that. Fuel tax credits, how are they going, Matt?
They're getting larger. Fuel tax credits are on the way up. So fuel tax credits is a way for refunding the tax on diesel. It's continuing to rise. Not only is it rising into the future, but they're also upgrading each year. So they've basically predicted that it will be too low, and they've revised their predictions up. So, if you're a big company like a coal mining company and you use a lot of diesel, this is a good budget for you.
Yep, $10.8 billion next year. It's rising to over $13 billion by 28, 29. And the reason they keep raising the estimates is because they keep assuming that there's going to be more fossil fuel being used. And the reason why, because they're subsidising it.
That's
they're actually
exactly
trying
right.
to encourage it. It's really bad budget. Even though, yes, we've got the big tax cuts, they only start in 26, 27. And even with that, there's really not a heck of a lot of stimulus in this budget, and certainly nothing that should have the Reserve Bank going, on April Fool's Day, we shouldn't cut rates. No, they should cut rates, and there's nothing in this budget that should have them scared about it.
The budget predicts that the inflation rate is well within the RBA band for the entire out period, so there is no reason why the RBA shouldn't cut.